What's up, everyone? It is finally Friday. It is your girl, your diva knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris. Well, I'm always serving you knowledge and wisdom and spiritual awareness. So, again, I want to thank all of my subscribers. I see all of y'all as family. Thank y'all for rocking with me throughout this journey. I appreciate all the love, the positive energy, and support. I also want to thank all of you who have been donating, whether if it was $1 or $2. I definitely appreciate the financial contribution that you are really investing into my channel, which lets me know that you really appreciate my craft and you respect what I do. So again, I definitely want to thank all of you who have contributed to my channel in some way, whether if it was just through donations or you stopping by showing me love. Again, I appreciate you. As I stated, I'm doing a Mocha's overdose, which means I'm going to be doing a lot of uploading a lot of videos within this week. Some uploads I may do twice a day, 3 times a day, depending on how my schedule is. So, for anybody who's just chiming in and just to keep you updated, I'm doing a 5-part series on the Black Love Chronicles. I've already did my very first one. I believe that was part 1. I uploaded that I think last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. Part 1 was does black love exist? For those who didn't get a chance to check it out, make sure you check out part 1. I just uploaded part 2. I think that was the day before yesterday. About love doesn't have good timing, and love doesn't always come from who you expect it should come from. So I did a part 2, and now as of today I'm going into part 3 of the Black Love Chronicles. And part 3's series today is about baggage and high expectations. The reason why I have to break this up into so many series, because there's so much to cover when it comes to black love. It's not something I can just cover within a couple of matters of just one video or one content, because there's just so many layers and so many elements that ties into black love. I'll be going into dating, I'll be going into the marriage, I'll be going into dealing with marital issues like in-laws and blended families. So this is really going to be a very effective message for those of y'all who are really in starving for this type of knowledge as far as black love, knowing what all the elements of what it consists of, and the things that we need to look for, and the myths and the misconceptions. Because as I told y'all, there's too many people in these YouTube streets that are giving y'all a lot of false information, and I'm so sick of it. I'm so tired of these black man cave channels where they just want to talk trash about black women all day long, and they discouraging black men who want black love, with all these negative philosophies that they're giving. And not only that, is these black women, female feminist content YouTube creators that got this bitter black woman movement. And again, they are discouraging black women who want to love a black man, who don't want to date outside their race. They want to be with a black man, but if you keep hearing all of this negative philosophies, it poisons you and then it contaminates your spirit. So you're going to be basically out there in the bind looking for something that truly doesn't exist, because a lot of these YouTube content creators, they're not being realistic, with the advice they're putting out there. And like Neon Eyes, one of my subscribers, said, it's a lot of brothers and sisters out here that are jaded. They're bitter. So they're taking all of their bitter philosophies and they're sharing it with everyone else. And it just amazes me how blinded so many of these subscribers are, not understanding that these YouTube content creators, a lot of them don't have your best interests at heart. A lot of them are only concerned about your donations and you subscribing, because the more subscribers they get to subscribe to their channel, that's the better their channel looks. So again, at the end of the day, it's not about what's in the best interest of the subscribers. It's about what's making their brand and their channel look good. So stay woke, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be hibernating, okay? So without any further ado, I'm going to go on into today's recipe, which is my Black Love Chronicles part 3. And what I'm going to be doing today is discussing baggage and high expectations. Now, when I speak of the word baggage, the thing that automatically comes to mind is somebody that's very troubled. When we hear a person has baggage, we automatically look at it in a negative light. Meaning that, okay, if a man has baggage, 9 times out of 10, he got all these baby mamas. He in a lot of debt from his ex-wife that done left him. That he has to kick out all this alimony. Or when we hear baggage and it comes to the mind of a black man thinking of a black woman with baggage, his automatic train of thought is going to be, she must be got a bunch of kids. She must be got a bunch of different baby daddies. She, you know, uh, got all this debt and looking for a janitor, a clean up man to come into her life and rescue her and help her clean up all the mess she created. Basically, when we hear the word baggage, it's nothing but negativity that comes to our mind. And the truth of the matter is, all of us got baggage, okay? Including myself. Even all of these YouTube content creators that's talking all of this trash about other black men and other black women, they got baggage. All right. And baggage is not defined just specifically on issues as far as somebody got a bunch of kids or this dude paid a bunch of child support. You could be a man or a woman who don't have kids, who ain't paying child support, who not on welfare, and you still got baggage. I, for one, my baggage was when my husband met me, I had a lot of emotional baggage. I didn't have any children. I didn't have any baby daddies, but I had a lot of emotional baggage. I had been burnt and played by so many brothers before him to the point I was an emotional wreck, and it took a lot. I was a lot to deal with. And at times I still am. Just fortunately, I have I have a husband that loves me enough to understand where all my emotional withdrawals are coming from. And he could have very easily walked away. He could have very easily just gave up, and said, you know what, you too much. I can't deal with this. You got too many emotional issues, and that was definitely one of my biggest baggages. Is I was just an emotional wreck. I've been burnt too many times, and I don't mean not literally like STDs, anything. So, I mean like just burnt, that I put my heart out there. I trusted the wrong guys. I put my time and energy into the wrong people, and it really took a toll on me emotionally because, I'm a Scorpio, and Scorpios, we love very, very hard. Our loyalty goes far beyond capacity. And that's really good, but then it's really terrible because the truth of the matter is when somebody disappoints you, it can devastate you. And if you're not careful, it can overdrive you emotionally to the point you will become suicidal. You will lose your sanity, because loyalty is just something that you don't play with, you don't take for granted, and there's so many people out here that will take your loyalty and trash it, So I came to my husband all messed up emotionally. Didn't have no kids, didn't have none of that, but it was times I would lash out on him for no reason, or if he said something to me, it could be something very simple, and it would take me back to a certain place, or it would trigger certain triggers, would provoke me to just pretty much just lash out on him or go off on him, and I find myself having a cool down for a short period and call back and apologize and say, you know what, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have went there, this and that, and apologizing is something black women, we are cursed with not doing. And there's nothing wrong if as a woman you got issues in your life and you went out of pocket. There's nothing wrong with apologizing, ladies. It does not make you less of a man, less of a woman, to apologize if you're out of pocket with your man. And the same thing with you men. There's nothing wrong with apologizing. That doesn't make you less than a man. It doesn't mean she sees you as weak. It's called being mature and being wise. Age comes with wisdom. And as you become older, you realize pride ain't nothing. Pride ain't nothing, but maturity is everything, and wisdom is everything. And when you get to a different place in life, when you mature and you gain wisdom, you will begin to realize what's really important. You find out having peace is more important than having pride. It comes to a point where you have to put your pride aside and make a peace of mind matter more than your pride. But anyway, Not digressing, going back to this thing about baggage. All of us got baggage, even y'all YouTube content creators who y'all so dearly support got so much damn baggage. If y'all were to be around them for one day, and the cameras are not on y'all, you would really get to see what that person really is, and you will get to see things about that person that will make you look at them different. Like, wow, you up here schooling us and schooling us as black men, or you schooling us as black women, and you just tore it from the floor up. You are just mentally not all intact, because everybody don't present to you their true selves. People present to you what they want you to believe, because believe it or not, everybody has the salesperson mentality. They'll tell you whatever they want to tell you to make you believe in their product, make you believe in their brand, and it's all the games, all the strategy to keep you donating to their channels and everything. But anyway, that's another story. Keep in mind, black love comes with baggage. You're going to meet somebody, I don't care how fine they are, I don't care how pretty they are, how successful they are, if they come from a well-rounded family or if they come from a dysfunctional family. Everybody has baggage. As I stated in my last series, I had in my mind what was my type of man. I wanted a man with no children. I wanted a man 6'7", well-dressed, college educated. I had all of this big checklist, and the person, which is my husband, who ended up being everything I needed, did not fit the criteria that I allowed people of the world, these outside influences, to influence me as to what type of person would be the ideal man for me. I had got the complete opposite of that. My husband is not nowhere near 6'7". I think he's 5'8", 5'9", which is still taller than me because I'm 5 foot anyway. I've been the same height since middle school. It's not going to change. He did not have any college degrees. He actually, I think he went to college for like only 2 months and dropped out. But he was not great academically as far as graduating or attending the best colleges and university, but he was very gifted as far as being able to build things and being able to repair things. And he has had his own roofing company for every bit of 20 years. That's what he does. He does roofs, and he's a jack of all trades. He knows how to repair ceilings. He does floors. He does everything. Anything you can think of when it comes to a house. He puts doors on. He knows how to install windows. He's just a jack of all trades. He's very gifted in house repairs. And not only that, he fixed cars. He's just, my husband is from the country. So, being born and raised in the country, you learn how to do a lot of things for yourself. And he's been working since he's been like 12, 13 years old. So he got that. He definitely has a spirit of being a hard worker. He's not too good to get down and get dirty when it comes to feeding his family. If he got to stand on the side of the bridge, and fix somebody's car to make sure we eat and provide. That's just him. He's not going to let me, his daughter, he's not going to let me and his children suffer. And that's what I love about my husband. He don't have too much pride to where I'm not going to do this kind of job. I'm not going to work that kind of job. I've witnessed my husband struggle to provide for us, and it's never gotten to the point to where, we went without lights for a week or we went without groceries for a month. He's a very phenomenal provider. He has his hang-ups and, as far as how he handles his finances, but he's definitely progressed and gotten better over the years. When you lose a lot, you learn a lot. So it took him going through a couple of losses to realize he had to manage his money better and handle his business better, and just do things different, and that's how he's been able to keep his roofing company all of these years, and he's still in business, and I'm the driving force behind that. I've helped him get contracts with other companies. My old job, I was at a security guard at an old nursing facility where a lot of retired millionaires reside, and he does roofs out there. He's contracted with them. Anytime there's a problem with a roof, they call him. And they got all these other big time roofing contractors they could call. They call my husband because he has such a humble spirit. You know, whenever there's an issue, he's on it. He don't take them through a lot of changes, even though he got this small, minority roofing business, and he don't have this big old billboards all over the town, all over the country. But just his reputation and his humble spirit is the reason why he's been able to progress and get all of these nice size contracts. He also does roofing for a lot of college universities. He's done roofing for Savannah State University, so he's got a good clout, pretty much for the most part. You know, he has a good name here, in the Chatham County area. So I'm great. I'm grateful for that. God has been keeping us, and supplying us, especially with me not working right now. So I thank God for just having mercy and still providing and making a way out of no way. But as I stated, he was not my ideal type. And had I allowed my thinking to continue to be set in the way that it was, I would have missed out on the marriage. I would have missed out on somebody that definitely would have been a major asset to my life. Had I allowed my personal prejudices or my one-track minded philosophies get the best of me. That's the problem with black men and black women within the community. As I mentioned before, your type isn't always going to work for you. What you have set in mind, the person you would be attracted to, that don't mean they're going to be attracted to you. That don't mean they're going to be drawn to you. You cannot allow these stereotypes and your preferences and your types, and we all got preferences, but you got to be careful with that, and you got to be realistic with it. So with that in mind, keep in mind, whatever your preferences is still going to have baggage, because we're all coming with baggage. And as long as you identify and you're honest with yourself about your baggage, most likely you will be accepting of the next person's baggage. The problem is, a lot of the time, the reason why a lot of us cannot accept other people's baggage, because we're not willing to admit to our own baggage. We're not willing to admit to where we have faults and flaws, because it's so busy to point out everybody else's. And if you can admit, I do have baggage. My baggage may be emotional. My baggage may be financial. My baggage may be mental. All of us have baggage. But it does not mean because you have baggage that you cannot have something with someone. You can still have a relationship. You can still have a marriage. It is possible to have black love with baggage, because whether you want to admit it or not, it's not just that person bringing baggage in your life. You will be bringing baggage in their life. Whether if it's your parents who are dysfunctional, or you may have children from a previous relationship, you may have an ex-wife or ex-husband. You probably don't have no children from your ex-wife or ex-husband. But the fact that there was so much emotional turmoil in that marriage and you never really got past it, guess what? You bringing that into the next person's life, whether you want to admit that or not. So just keep in mind, all of us got baggage, but it's not how much baggage you got, it's how you carry your baggage. That makes the difference. Do you use that baggage to make you better, or do you use that baggage to make you bitter? How do you utilize it? How do you apply it? Instead of allowing that baggage to make you bitter, that is what you're supposed to do, is grow from it. Learn from it. Okay, I was stupid last year with the last guy. I gave him too much too soon. Set myself up to get played and used. Now I know it's time to take my time with love. Don't put myself out there so quick, and make sure I know what the hell I'm getting into before I invest my feelings and my heart and everything into it. And the same thing as a black man. If every black woman you meet something wrong with her, that speaks volume. You can't tell me you done been with in all these relationships with all black women, and it's something wrong with every last one of them, and none of it is wrong with you. Okay, so say you gave up on black women because you don't had too many negative experiences. You went and you got you Snow Bunny. You still couldn't get nowhere with her either. That didn't work. Now you going for the Puerto Rican. Let me tell you, I don't care how much you love the Rainbow Coalition, how much you like reading Rainbow or whatever. If you have tried every other alternative and you still come out on losing end, then something is wrong. You need to do some self-evaluation and stop listening to these black male YouTube content creators poison your mind about how no good women are. Because a lot of these brothers that are schooling y'all, a lot of them got their own issues, but their ego and their pride is not going to tell you that. And the same thing with these black women. All black men are the same. All black men are the same. No, you keep choosing the same black men. Because you have not learned. You keep repeating the same mistake over and over. So be careful who y'all let put this poison in y'all ear now. Now, when I talk about baggage, realize that people come from certain situations that may not be normal to you. You may meet as a black man, you may meet a black woman that comes from a family where there's a lot of dysfunction. She may come from a family where there's been molestation that has transcended, that has occurred continuously throughout her family. So keep in mind, women who have experienced this, it's a lot of work to deal with a woman who has been emotionally traumatized and she's experienced any type of molestation or sexual abuse, and especially if she hasn't received any psychiatric help, if she hasn't received any spiritual guidance. That type of trauma will eat you up like cancer. It will cause you to wither. And dealing with a woman in that type of situation, you're gonna have to be a very strong man. If you really love for her, you really care for her, and you're willing to embrace her, even though she's come from a very traumatized childhood. Just be prepared that you may have to be the initiator and make sure she get all the help she needs. And the same thing is for you black women. You may meet a man who's come from a family where his father was very abusive. He's experienced abuse, or maybe he's experienced seeing his father abuse the mother. Either it has made him very abusive towards you. In some cases, if he's willing to admit he has a problem, or he wants to seek help, then you may stand a better chance of surviving the relationship, as long as he's willing to get the help he needs, and as long as he's willing to admit. Now, if you have a brother that's in denial about his abusiveness, he don't think he's abusive, he has too much pride to see a counselor, he has 1,000 excuses for why he the way he is, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to be able to help him. Some people are just a lost cause, and you have to know when your work is cut out for you, and you have to accept the reality of the fact that some people just cannot be helped. So you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Some things are worth working at it, and some things you just have to completely walk away. And again, that's where your spiritual discernment comes in at. Everybody has baggage. Everybody has baggage. Again, it's not the baggage, it's how you carry the baggage. Okay, so again, that is an individual choice that you and your companion are going to have to sit down as grown men and grown women and discuss if this is worth fighting for. Can we survive this? Can we overcome this? Because if not, we need to make a decision so we don't continue to waste each other's lives, waste each other's time. You know what I mean? So that's just something that y'all are going to have to make an agreement upon. Now, the next thing is these high expectations. I mentioned in the last series, but I'm going a little bit more into depth this time, that there's a high expectations. People are expecting too much out of people that we're expecting things out of people that we can't even reach, that we can't even deliver. There's too many people with high expectations, and they can't even deliver what they are expecting other people to give. You can't be the type of brother you expect perfection from a woman. You don't want her to have no flaws. You don't want her to be fake. You don't want no fake hair, no fake nails, no fake eyelashes. Okay, well, fine. Then you stop being fake. Because more than one way to be fake other than somebody's artificial attributes, because at least those things could be removed. You can remove fake nails, you can remove fake hair, you can remove fake, breast, silicone, whatever. That stuff you can always remove it. It may gonna cost money. It's gonna be expensive, but at least you can remove that. But you cannot remove a person with a fake heart, with a person with a fake personality. And that's the worst type of fake, because the thing about it is it's not as evident compared to all of these false attributes that we always talk about. A fake personality, when a person is acting like they love you, acting like they care for you, some of y'all are just as fake as the people y'all complain about. I don't want a man who acting like he got money, he don't got money. Well, you up here acting like you a woman that keep it real and you really don't keep it real. Other than the false hair and the false nails and the fake nails, what about the false personality? What about the false presentation? When you present yourself to be one way and behind closed doors, you know you're really not. You acting like you're a woman that's looking for a relationship when really you just looking for a brother to take care of you. You want a man that's going to rescue you out of your financial debt. And the same thing with some of you men, acting like you want a wife, you want a relationship when really you want in-house coochie. You want somebody that's gonna give it to you anytime you want to get it. Come home from a long day at work, you want somebody to slob your knob and all of that. You know, you just want the benefits of a wife. You really don't want to take care of one. You just want the benefits of one. And that's the problem when it comes to relationships. Everybody wants the benefits, but nobody wants the responsibilities. The woman wants the benefits of a man gonna take care of me. He's gonna provide. He's gonna pay the bills. He's gonna put money in my pocket so I can get my hair done, my nails done. I go shopping every weekend. That's her in her mind. That's her ideal of having a husband. Not understanding that not only yes, that's one aspect of having a husband is the fact that he's going to be providing and take care of you. But at the same time, do you not realize you also have to provide as a wife? You got to make sure that husband is getting everything he needs just as much as you expect him to give you everything that you need. It's not just about having a man to take care of you. Do you not realize you have to take care of him? And that's the problem with relationships. We want the benefits, but we don't want the responsibilities. As long as somebody's giving us and providing and taking care of us, we fine. But the moment it's time to return the favor, and we have to do the providing, and we have to step up, we can't handle it. I had a girlfriend that was in that situation. She met a man and did everything for him. She loved him. She picked him up from the bottom when he didn't have nothing. Trying to help her brother get on his feet. And as soon as she helped that man get on his feet, and it was his turn to return the favor, he acted an ass. He did not want to step up because he was used to her always being the one to step up. And that's why it's very imperative that the way you start people, be careful how you start people, because once you start doing things a certain way and now you want to change the dynamics, people cannot handle it. You meet a man, ladies, and you always took care of him. You made him a build-a-bum project. You fixed him up, dressed him up. You took him from wearing Nikes that talk to people. You got him rocking goddamn Stacey Adams, Gator shoes and all of that. Now you want him to be a husband to you because you've always been a wife or a woman to him. Now you want him to be a companion to you. He don't know how to do that because you've done everything. And the same thing with you men, because y'all are guilty of it. Some of you men, y'all want a woman that's not independent. Y'all want women that are very submissive. Because it's easier to deal with a woman that's submissive than to deal with a woman that's a feminist and liberal, because she gonna do what you want her to do. She not gonna talk back. She not gonna question your authority. She not gonna challenge your manhood. That's what you want until you get in a situation and you need her to step up as a woman and think for herself. She don't know how to do it because you have always been a thinker for her. You have always been the one that called all the shots. You have always been the one that made all the decisions. And God forbid you're in a situation, you're in a hospital, you're in a coma, your business about to go down in flames, your mortgage behind. This woman is not going to know what to do because you have always done everything. And I realize the trick to a lot of men that are overly controlling like that is because half y'all are doing shit y'all don't need to be doing. You want to be controlling. You want to handle all the bills. You want to handle all the money, because the more you handle, that's the more control you gain. That's the big advantage, and you being able to get away and do all kind of stuff that you shouldn't be doing, because she's sitting at home being docile and just cooking and cleaning. She ain't asking about where the money going. She ain't asking about what's going on with the business, because she's so used to being a housewife, and all she knows is my husband takes care of me. And these are the same kind of women, when you get in a situation as a man and you, God forbid, you can't lead, you get sick, you fall short. This woman is not going to know what to do. So be careful with starting a woman off and you doing everything, you handling everything, you running everything, because when you run out and you need her to step up, she's not going to know what to do. So be careful getting a woman that's highly submissive and only knows what to do when you telling her what to do. When if you're in a position and you can't tell her what to do, then what? So that's what I'm saying. We have to be careful with how we start off our companions and what we allow them to do. Because once things have become a habit, it's hard to break habits. So again, it's very important that you balance your companionship, your relationship with your mate. Don't give them too much power, but don't give them not enough power to the point they become dumb and mentally slow to the point they can't figure out a goddamn thing unless you walking them through every step of the way. And I'm telling you, it's going to get exhausted. Those of you who are constantly leading everything, whether if you're the woman, you leading it all, you the man, you leading it all, I'm telling you, it's going to run out. You're going to get burnt out having to be the brain for the whole goddamn family. Because everybody needs a break. Everybody needs to be alleviated. You want to be Mr. In charge, Mr. Big Stuff, or you want to be Queen Bee in charge. You don't mind working and handling all the money as long as he's sitting home and keeping the kids. Okay, be careful with the monster you create. Because once you create that monster and that monster become too much, then guess what? You stuck. You got to deal with it. It's very important when it comes to black love that we set guidelines up front. Don't lie and tell somebody something they want to hear just to get them in good. And then when you get them in, now you feel like you can change all the rules. Don't manipulate doing stuff like that, because I guarantee you it'll come back to bite you when you least expect. So you got to be very careful with how you put yourself out there and how you start things off. So again, this is the reason why I'm doing this part 3 about Baggaae expectations, because there's too many of us that got unrealistic expectations, and you have to learn how to bring it down a notch. Just be realistic. Be realistic with the type of companion you should look for. You know what I mean? So you can't be expecting something that you can't give. If you can't give it, don't expect for somebody to give it to you. So this basically concludes my part 3 series for the Black Love Chronicles. I'm going to do a part 4 where we're going to go into marriage. This part is definitely going to be this part 4 is definitely going to be very detailed series, because we're going to go into marriage, what to expect, what marriage consists of, and basically the myths of marriage, because there's a lot of myths out there. A lot of us have been fed the wrong information, the wrong knowledge of what is considered to be a good marriage and what is considered to be a bad marriage. And I'm definitely going to break down all of the elements for that. So basically all of y'all to get a better understanding as to what black love really is, and that it can work. It can work. I don't care what these YouTube streets are telling you. I don't care what your girlfriends, what your dudes on your job is telling you. I don't care how much people you see around you that's catching hell in their marriage. Don't let that deter you from your blessing. Just because it's not working for them, that don't mean it's not going to work for you. Okay, so you just have to make it up in your mind. You got to set your own trend and not look at all the trends that other people are establishing around you. So anyway, just get ready for that part 4. I'm going to upload that. I'll probably upload it tonight or tomorrow. It all depends. Next, I also want to share with all of you, if you're with a cable provider, whether if that's Comcast or DirecTV Dish Network, I have my own cable streaming app called Expresso Streams, where you can get over 7,000 channels. All free pay-per-view events, meaning all live events, boxing championship matches, all of that. You get it for free. It's automatically included. The services are only $25 a month. There's no late fees. There's no sales tax. There's none of that. The only thing you need is an Amazon stick, and you do need an internet speed of 20 megabytes per second. If you're able to get Netflix and you're able to get Hulu, and your Netflix and your Hulu doesn't freeze up a lot, or whatever streaming app you got. Some people got Sling, some people got Spectrum. If your streaming app works pretty good, then you shouldn't have any problem with Expresso streams. This is a really good service. I've been with them for 2 years. I let go of Comcast and Dish Network. I had to let go of them because the rates were just constantly changing. The bill was getting high every year. And again, with this government shutdown, unfortunately, these cable companies are really going to start getting slick. They're going to be increasing rates and prices because a lot of people are going to be terminating their services due to the government shutdown. People are not going to be able to afford it. So those who are still with Direct TV and Dish and Comcast and these other cable providers, they're going to be the ones that's going to feel a wrath because they're going to have to go up on the bills in order to make up for the customers that they have lost. So for all of you who are interested, you won't that service of just paying $25 a month for over 7,000 channels. You get all your local news stations. You even get the news stations where you live. You get Fox. You get all the HBO, Showtime, Cinemaxes. You get the works. Anyway, if you're interested, inbox me at Cafe de Paris 79. I can send you a free 24-hour trial so you can view and watch everything up to 24 hours. And if you decide this is what you want and you want to give it a go, all you have to do is just cash at me 25 and I will turn your services on immediately. And all you have to do is pay $25 every month. You won't be binded through a contract. I'm not going to run no credit check. I don't want your debit card information. I don't want your credit card, your bank information. No, you just make your payment once a month. And that's it. And you'll have over 7,000 channels just for $25. I mean, you can't get it no better than that. So if anybody's interested, you want to save some money, you're welcome to hit me up, inbox me on that. But anyway, y'all, I am going to get ready to shut it down. I may come on live later on today, depending on how my schedule goes. And again, it's your girl, Lady Mocha. I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth and break you off with a slice of knowledge. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and please hit that thumb up when you exit this video. Just take 1 second to just thumb it up because it lets me know I'm on the right track and I'm doing what needs to be done. So just thumb it up and give me your comment. If there's anything else y'all want me to address that I didn't address in the Black Love Chronicles, post it below so when I do my next upload, I will make sure I answer whatever questions you got regarding this particular series, okay? So on that note, y'all, I love y'all. Enjoy y'all Friday. I may upload later on tonight. I may come in on live. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. So on that note, it's been awesome. It's your girl, Lady Mocha, and I'm signing off with your Black Love Chronicles series part 3.